Hello and welcome to God Winging It with me, Roger Michael Klang. Why did Russia sell Alaska to the United States in 1867? I'll tell you why. This was before the Trans-Siberian Railway was constructed between European Russia and Vladivostok in the Pacific coast. This happened in 1891, but they sold Alaska in 1867. So why did they do that? They did that because they they had no way of controlling Alaska from Russia, from real Russia. There was no way to control Alaska. They had little to say about what America would do with Alaska if they wanted to. They could just take it. But instead, they decided that they would get some money for Alaska and get something out of it instead of just losing it for nothing. So that's why they sold Alaska to the United States. Tesla is quitting manufacturing car models. Instead, they're going to produce man like robots. Oh, yeah. And at the same time this comes out, uh, this report comes out, the the electric car manufacturing giant, the Chinese manufacturing giant, BYD, is going to invest more in Europe. And that's not a coincidence that this happens exactly when Tesla comes out with this statement or whatever it was. I don't know what it was, where it came from, but probably from Tesla themselves. And in the Middle East, there is a intensive diplomatic intent to avoid a new military escalation between the United States and Iran. And the American fleet is one of them is reaching Iran right about now or sometime soon. And there's going to be a war, but it's not for certain because the window has closed and Trump missed it because he missed it with a yard. I mean, not a yard, like 100 yards instead of narrowing it down to inches like he could have done or that Biden would have done if he had been in power, for example. But he missed it by 100 yards, Trump. And the Americans have soldiers, troops in Syria, actually, like 1,000 plus personnel, and that's why then they had a negotiator. What's his name again? Forget about it. The American negotiator, main negotiator. He negotiated a truce between Syria's government and the SDF or the Kurdish armed forces, and they have a truce now in Syria, and America needs that for attacking Iran. And they also have Americans also have uh, drone bases in western Saudi Arabia now, in the Red Sea. Is it called that? I think it's called the Red Sea between Saudi Arabia and Africa. Uh, so they can attack the Houthi rebels and traffic vessels passage ships going through the Suez Canal now again through the Red Sea and the African Horn, bypassing the African Horn into the Red Sea and out to the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal. So and that's a good thing, and it's because America doesn't need bases middle in Central Africa any longer for their drone operations. They use this facility, these locations in Saudi Arabia instead of this location. So they have this covered, and they can attack the Houthis whenever they want. So the Houthis have stated that they're not going to attack any more ships in the Red Sea. They knew that the Americans had problems in Africa because of a lot of things happening from Russia's hand and China and everything. I don't know what happened. It's a mess. And there is several dead in explosions in Iran, in Bandar Abbas, like close to the African. I mean the UAE and Qatar, close to the Persian Gulf, in the inlet to the Persian Gulf. Uh, but that's not the Americans doing. It was an eight-storage house, and it was a gas explosion. Like they heat the apartments with gas, and that's why it exploded. And it also happened in western Iran, close to Iraq. And the Swedish Iranians is happy, and Iranian all over the world are happy that the EU has terror strike struck. I mean, not struck. They have said that the Revolutionary Guard in Iran is a terror organization. They stated that officially, and so they're happy, the Iranians, and I'm glad for them. Uh, and there's a new world order for sure. It's coming very quick now since Trump is messing it up for the United States. Uh, it may be so that China doesn't get so much power as they hoped for. They're tucked into the South China Sea and can't reach with their enough with their aircraft carriers. They have three, I think, but it's not enough. So they don't have the power to reach the Indian Ocean and stuff. And the United States is gone. China is not going to gain so much influence over Europe as they hoped. But Europe and India, that may be a good deal. We are making a deal with India now, the European Union. But I don't see why the support Trump has in Africa. I don't see why they support him, but they do. How can they support Donald Trump? He doesn't want anything good for them, the Africans, but they do for some reason. I hope they get to their senses, but so it's their choice. I don't meddle in it. And also today there was, I mean, Per Söderlund from the Sweden Democrats, the infamous Sweden Democrats. He is not a very good. He's a computer technician, but he is in the defense committee, and but all he does is count brigades. He can count to four. We need four brigades. That's all he can do. He can't do anything else but that, and that's not sufficient for a defense politician in the committee, the defense committee. It's very, very bad. So he's not good, and most of the politicians in the defense committee is very weak, and I don't I don't see them as participating to anything in anything good. It's just a mess. It doesn't account resort to anything. It's just pointless. That's what it is. We're fucked if we have politicians like that. And that's all for today. So I'm gonna say Roger and out.